look, and Robin is like, oh, little Miss Candace is happily now. See, that's my thing with Robin and Giselle. They like relish in the other shoe dropping on people. Like, oh, you happy now, girl? Wait till you find out what I already know that's gonna piss you off and make you mad and make you cry. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, Being Simone Mine. I am Simone, and on my channel we do a little bit of everything. I do television show reviews, recaps, I recommend things for you guys to watch, I recommend products, we do product hauls, product reviews, a plethora of things. I always describe my channel as my personal diary, and I come and share everything I know and learn and love with my fam bam over here on Being Simone Mine. So if those are things that you're interested in and you're vibing with me, then go ahead and click the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. I still ain't got it down, but I'm working on it, okay? This series, we have been discussing The Real Housewives of Potomac season 5, and we are now on episode 17. And, you know, quarantine did a number on Potomac for me. I just felt like I knew too much too soon, and then when I felt like I knew something, it kind of stalled out. But we're nearing the end of the season, and they just recorded their in-person reunion episode. And look, the blogs lit up about the reunion. First of all, I loved everyone's look. My favorite was probably Monique's. Not just because I'm team Monique, but just because that's what I like the most. Monique looks really good, but I'm afraid Monique is getting too small. Like, Monique has no hips. Her arms, look, she got them Angela Bassett arms now, but she's getting really slim. I don't know. And then I like Karen's. The only thing I didn't like about Karen's look is like it was an extra piece of fabric in the front. I wasn't feeling it. But they say that the women have a Real Housewives of Atlanta season. I don't know if it's 9 or 10, but the moment where everybody found out that Phaedra had done set up Portia to be turned against Candy and them about the whole dungeon and shit stuff. YouTube. So they're gonna have a moment like that on their reunion, and I'm thinking it's gonna be Giselle who gets like caught up in her lies and her foolishness. At least I'm hoping so. But after the reunion was taped, Andy was like, he was stressed, and Monique was like, she slept like a baby. So we know it's not Monique. It's somebody else that's gonna get caught up in the foolery. But anyway, let's get into episode 17. The episode starts with Ashley and Robin and Giselle by the pool, and this is a continuation of the conversation where Ashley shares that she wrote a character statement describing what happened between her and Candace last year. And she's not wrong. You know, the thing about the situation is, I don't care what nobody say, what's at stake for Monique is way greater than what's at stake for Candace. Monique could be going to jail and be taken away from her kids and her family. And what happened between her and Candace is not that serious for those children to be missing their mother like that. So I'm never a proponent of any of this violence, you know, friction amongst friends. But I'm definitely not about a black woman going to jail and being taken away from her family and traumatizing her children behind some foolishness on some grown women's behalf. Like, I'm not doing it. They're gonna have a dominatrix night, and that's when Candace plans to tell Candace about the statement. The women are about to go to the natural springs, and Wendy comes down and she meets Karen, and she's like, bon dia, Miss 4 degrees. Wrong language. The producers so shady though. They let us know we wouldn't knew that unless we spoke Portuguese. The producers let us know though. Candace says that she doesn't know about Ashley. Don't know about Ashley, because the thing is, Ashley not wrong in that y'all done had some serious friction, and in the last couple of years, you know, Candace's mouth is off the chain, and some things you can't take back. You know, people, and I love this is an old adage where people say you can something don't quote me. It's not about the way you the things you say, it's the way you make people feel or something like that. And the things that she did and said, although her and Ashley were going back and forth, Ashley ain't get to blows with nobody. You did. And so you gotta sit in that. You have had treacherous, tumultuous relationships with a number of these women on this cast. Not just Monique. You know, you go on there with Ashley. Her and Giselle was just beefing and telling each other they was going to keep it surface the first 5 episodes of the season. It wasn't until Monique did what she did to Candace that Giselle started to try to bring Candace up under her wing. Notice, Giselle wasn't messing with Candace like that. Giselle didn't care how Candace was feeling up until Candace and Monique went through. They went through. Even when Candace apologized for calling her house a $1 million teardown, Giselle still told her they're going to keep it surface. Now, because we got something in common, we don't see it for Monique. Now I'm getting it for you. Come on, Candace, while she's talking about Ashley getting played by Monique, sis, they're over there playing Uno with you, dominoes, Monopoly. Like, you getting played too. Don't do it. Don't see it for her. You can't see it for yourself. Anyway, the women go to the natural springs, and Ashley got the baby mama body. Ashley was right and tight. Like, little Miss Candace got a little body on her, okay? Ashley done had that baby done gave her that black womanly, that size 12 figure, that average 12. But I love Ashley's confidence and her 2-piece. They said the water was cold. It looked cold to me. The whole thing, they was like, it's warm there. I'm like, it's chilly for my blood. And then Ashley can't help herself. This girl was pumping her boobs and having a beer at the same damn time. Ashley is her mother's child. Ashley could have just put an eye patch on in that moment, okay? She is her mother's child. Candy shares with the women that she has like a go-go mix of I See You, and they're like, perform, and she does, and a mean ass Giselle gonna say, oh, that's much better than the original version. The shade. I would have been like, bitch, what? Like, and they like, she just shaded your song. It ain't cute. But Candace looked cute. Candace was serving body in all her swimsuits too. I'm interested to know, like, is she just like naturally that fit in tone, or does she work out? Cause she don't really share much about working out on her social media, and she don't talk about it on the show either. But I don't know, is that body from Jesus? She said she came from Jesus. Is the body from Jesus, or do you have a trainer? As soon as Ashley walked away, Giselle started her shit with Candace. Well, how you feeling about Candace? And she already knows what Candace has, the Ashley bomb. She already knows the bomb that Ashley has to drop on Candace. It's just the instigation of it all. Like, if that's the hat and coat that you want to wear, Giselle, cool. But baby, you 50. Like, you need to be playing neutral and trying to guide these women through their friction and the things that they're going through, like the grind on me is. Because y'all in the same age range, right? Like, why is she perpetuating the mess so hard? It's a lot for me. She commends Candace on keeping her composure. She said she told Robin, Candace must have took a Zanny. Same. I was like, damn, Candace, okay. But she did. Candace held her own. She did not go crazy. She did not blow up. Even we'll see later when Ashley drops the Ashley bomb and tells her, you know, about the statement and stuff. She cried and shit, but she ain't go as hard as she used to. I'm telling you, sometimes you just need your ass whooped one good time before you chill out. Like, she lost all that immature schoolgirl, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? But you know, I be saying that, and then we foresee how she act at Robin's engagement thing, and that all go out the door. I don't know. Candace need therapy. She been needing therapy. It's about her and her mama, not about her and Monique. Anyway, she moves on to Karen and asks Karen how she feels about Karen, and it's just like, again, Giselle perpetuating and instigating stuff that don't need to be even touched or spoken on. Like, let Karen and Candace navigate their relationship. They don't need your help. Go see about Robin. Candace is like, she's making what Monique is saying okay. You know, talking to these women is like trying to talk to a Trump supporter. That's how I feel. It's like a black and white situation. Karen has told Monique she was wrong. She has told the women that Monique is wrong. She has told them vehemently. Y'all, when vocabulary go wrong. Vehemently. I know that word. Anyway, she done told them time and time again that, you know, she's just going to stay neutral. She's supporting both of them. And that's my thing. When Candace you know, after it happened and she had all the women over to talk to Monique, she told Candace. She has checked on Candace. She told Candace, yes, I understand. I would press charges, knowing that might not make Monique feel the best. Like, what else do you need? Because honestly, they act like Karen sitting over at Monique's house holding her hand all day. She's not. She's staying neutral. She's staying out of it. But she is not on the Giselle I hate Monique train. She has a brain of her own. Unlike Wendy with the 4 degrees. Wendy fell in and she just, I don't know if it's because they're sorority sisters or whatever the case may be, but Wendy is just going too hard about Monique to say she don't even really know Monique. I don't get it. The women then go to dinner and Karen says she'll have a glass of champagne, and they have so many questions like, back up off my throat. Can the champagne run down my throat before you try to run down it? Like, back up. She don't want to drink around y'all. Yes, it's understood. Y'all get it. Understandably. Every time Karen is vulnerable and she's drunk, or even when she's just being candid with these women, they turn around, they repeat it, they talk shit in their confessionals, they're mean to her about it, they hold it over her head. So I'm with Karen. I ain't telling y'all nothing, and I'm not gonna make this alcohol make my lips any looser. Like, no, chill out. The women say that their men are grumpy when they're away, and Robin is like, yeah, Juan's like grumpy when I'm not there. Clearly, because she done talked to them boys like 10 times and she ain't talked to Juan once. Y'all, I'm on these Facebook groups I don't need to be, okay? I'm in these Facebook groups about Potomac, and they dropped the tea on Juan. Juan was with a chick named Chris Hernandez for like a few years, and when it was over for him in the NBA, he played overseas. She literally lived with him overseas while he played for like 3 or 4 years. She moved back to Maryland, DC area with him. Like, he had a whole relationship. He was calling her the love of his life. He was newly divorced. So this is after him and Robin had the boys. She was supporting him. She was giving feedback in the interview. Like, he had a whole relationship. The people were saying after him and her didn't work out, that's when he went back to Robin, because he had nowhere to stay. Because he was homeless sexual. Have y'all ever heard of that term, homeless sexual? Not homosexual, baby. Homeless sexual, okay? He had nowhere to stay, so he went back with Robin. And Robin did what all good women do. Help him get back on his feet, and now he love her again. But I just thought that was the tea. Okay, Robin asked who's been sending news to their man, and they all like, shit, not me, you be doing that? And she's like, yeah, but I deleted them. Okay. Robin be trying to make herself so much more interesting than I honestly feel she is. Like, if she say she be sending news, cool. Candace, silly ass, gonna take news of what she said her husband called her Hershey's Kisses at the table, and it's like people walking, like, okay, clearly you got the blanket up in front of you, but it's people walking behind you. Like, they can't see her boobs, but they can see her taking pictures of her boobs, and it's weird. It's getting weird. At the end of that scene, they go to the interview look, and Robin is like, oh, little Miss Candace is happy now. See, that's my thing with Robin and Giselle. They like relish in the other shoe dropping on people. Like, ooh, you happy now, girl. Wait till you find out what I already know that's gonna piss you off and make you mad and make you cry. So y'all so supportive of her in the moment when she boo-hooing and bawling her eyes out. But y'all be knowing this shit coming and be excited about it. Anyway, the last day rolls around and the women are taking these sidecars, y'all. Travel envy is so real when they get to this scene with them in these sidecars. Like, it was just beautiful. It looks so fun. That's the kind of stuff that I like to do when I go on vacation. They're going to a puncha bar, which is a very simple concept. So it's orange juice, lemon juice, honey, and rum. I might make some puncha for the holidays, because orange juice and citrus and stuff, that's kind of like fall-y, especially with the honey. Robin tells the women that her website is live, and it looks like Robin and her homegirl sat down on Shopify or Weebly and made a website. Like, all that white space, and it wasn't like chic white space, it was like Cosmic Sans font and white space. Like, that's what we that's what we was waiting for. But okay. Candace says, oh, where's Karen, when they're all looking at themselves. Honestly, Wendy didn't look that great either, but okay. And Ryman comes with this lame excuse. Oh, it didn't match the website and da-da-da-da. And I literally said, Karen is not going to be bothered about not being on what is this woman's name? On Robin's website. I said that in my last review. She ain't gonna give a damn. And you know what she said? She was very much, it was Ariana Grande on them chicks. Thank you. Next. I'm not bothered. In her interview, look, she held up that cap and she tossed it on the floor. Exactly. Let's also take a moment to give Karen her things for how she performed on Wendy Williams this past week. She read them women their rights. I've been saying this. Age shaming is lame. You do not age shame older women. You will be blessed to one day be that age and look that good. Okay? Karen said Robin is a hard 40. Absolutely. Yes, she is, ma'am. She is a hard goddamn 40. Okay? You better hope in the next 10 years everything stays up top and that skin stays tight. If not, you're gonna be wishing you would have said the things that you said about Karen Huger, okay? Like, give it a rest. Just, they make me sick with that. Like, Karen is older, okay, and what else is going on? They love to talk about her sex life and stuff. It's just, it's getting weird. It's getting real weird. The women go to lunch, Ashley asks about Jamal, and you know, I can tell you're lying. Okay, the stutter. It's a bunch of girl. You right. Y'all are friends, and that is the beginning and the end. That is the extent of the relationship. Y'all are great co-parents, and y'all are friends. Like, stop playing. She was like, she tried to call him while they on the sidecar. For why? For why? You thought that was gonna work? All they win. We know Giselle ain't got 4 degrees. Okay. Karen shares that she's starting a wig line, and the only thing Giselle can think to say is, here she go with another business, another successful, thriving business. You mad? Because Karen Huger also did the thing on Wendy Williams last week, and she let us know, y'all, I've been screaming on these last few videos, where is every hue? Karen said it's been liquidated. Oh, that makes sense. It has been, it is no longer. Okay? Robin asks if Monique is invited, and Karen says no, because her being around isn't a good thing for the group. And Monique had already told them, like, if y'all are having something, Monique, you could tell Monique got issues with, like, self-esteem, confidence, being insecure in other groups of women, because she was already prepared for it. I know if it's between me and Candace, y'all not gonna pick me. So let me just say up front, y'all don't have to invite me to nothing. If it's between me and Candace, pick Candace. She's already said that. So this is not a thing. At least for me as a watcher, as a viewer, it's not a thing. And then we get to the dominatrix party. And y'all, I be ragging on Giselle, but it be true. Why does she have them control top pantyhose in them tight ass little shorts? My God. All the women show up, and Candace won the thing. Candace's little outfit was super cute, and she has the little body yada for it. I guess the dominatrix thing is cute. That ain't my thing. Like, I'm not a group sexual person. Like, I'll talk about sex, but I ain't gonna like go into my own personal details about it. I don't know. I would have played the games. I would have answered the questions honestly. I could tell that dildo they had was big just by how they was like handling it. That looked like, woo, that looked like a bruiser. One of the women asked, when the last time you gave head? And Giselle was like, oh, before I came. Giselle ain't been more sucking no. Karen said she's retired her mouth. And honestly, I feel like once you get to a certain age, are you really sucking D? Like, I'm not mad at Karen if she don't suck D, and I don't think Ray is either. The women are like flirty and doing lap dances and stuff. Robin and Ashley. This is all I'm gonna say. Ashley shares that story about her and Michael at the concert, Candace is too much. Candace said, what is going on at these EDM concerts? Because this is like the second story she's told like that. They must be popping Molly when they go to these things. Like, what happened? Then they start talking about Ashley-gate. Okay, and Ashley drops the bomb and tells Candace that she wrote the statement. And initially Candace was like, cool. She was like trying to understand what the statement was about. Like, what could you have written about me? The first thing they all say is, well, you weren't there, you weren't there. Yeah, it wasn't about that. It's about character. And she, you know, this is about what's transpired between you and I. And Wendy, it was on 1,000. I didn't understand it either. Like, Wendy, you weren't there last year. So if we're going to be comparing reactions and input and how much we have to add to the situation by who is present, Wendy, you need to fall all the way back. Because if you knew what happened, you were a viewer and a spectator like the rest of the world. You weren't one of the 7 women in the room, or 6 women, or 5 women, or however many of them there were at that moment. You 7 people. Let's add Chris. You weren't there, so how do you know it was to describe? You know, and they're all like, oh, well, I would have rather you wrote a character statement for Monique. Monique's character is not in question because this is about countering, okay? They've already, Monique put hands on the girl, so there's nothing else to say. No matter how great of a person she is, in that moment, she put hands on somebody. So we got to discuss what's going on with this person that she laid hands on. It's not a hard concept. And then Wendy is like, oh, well, the statement is for, you know, you to talk about Candace's temperament, and, you know, if that makes her someone who, you know, people will assault, something to that effect. Wendy was like, you know, the statement is to say that Candace, what Candace did made somebody react the way that they did. Well, are there any truer words? Because that's what happened. The things that Candace was saying, how she was reacting, Candace also flicked Monique's vest. Candace was also with the hand play. Monique told her to get her hands out of her face. Like, Candace wasn't standing there in the corner and Monique just went over there and dogged her. So y'all gotta have some accountability for Candace too. Like, it don't make sense. Candace does what the girls do. She be talking shit about you, her and her husband. Okay. And Ashley said, well, I don't care what she said, I'm gonna go on actions. Case closed. She was there for me when I needed her. If me and her had a moment where we didn't get along because Ashley accused Monique of drunk driving while pregnant, then we moved past it, just like I was trying to move past shit with you. Okay, and what else? She was talking bad about me? Okay, I talked bad about her before. And then here go Robin. I told y'all, Robin be waiting for the other shoe to drop. And sometimes she just kicks that bitch over. Robin was like, well, you said at the pool that this was even. This is calling it even, or you're doing it for revenge. Robin. It's like, when they have opportunity to make shit worse, one thing Giselle and Robin don't do, they gonna make shit worse. Like, why do you have to share that? And then the term that she used, she really, you know, inflamed the situation by saying that Ashley wanted revenge. She's like, no, I never said I wanted revenge. She literally never said that. Just call it even. We've done things to each other that haven't been the best, but this is honestly not me doing something to you. It's not about you, Candace. I'm doing this in support of my friend. Like, honestly, Candace and Ashley haven't ever really gotten along, so is it that bad? Like, we're never on the same page. Me and Monique have gotten to a place where we're like gliding through, like we're getting along. We have, you know, established a relationship and a friendship. Bye. It's not like they're trying to make it seem like it's just like this whole snake shit. Here go Wendy, that's snake shit. No, I'm being a good friend to somebody y'all don't like and y'all can't take it. Get over it. Anyway, Ashley left. Okay, Ashley said, I got my bread in my head, I'm leaving. Get that bread, get that head, still leave. Okay, I filmed my scene. I done let Robin give me a lap dance. I'm gone. Do with that what you will. Candace tells the women that she begged Monique to apologize. Again, she's holding Monique accountable. And Monique wasn't ready to apologize, just like Candace wasn't ready to apologize to Ashley at the beginning of the season. You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, but because they hate Monique so much, it's not good for the gander. It's not. Karen tells the women that she knows more than they do. She said Monique let her read Candace's statement, and Candace said that she did release the glass of wine while in the tussle with Monique. That further inflames things, okay? It just is what it is. One, she had a knife in her hand while she was going back and forth with Monique. She had a glass of wine in her hand. Both of those things were unnecessary. If you feel things are getting heated, you don't need to be having stuff in your hands. But granted, it all happened so fast, she didn't have time to think about that. But it's just one of those factors in the fight. Like, that escalated the fight. Giselle putting her hands on Monique to, so say, separate them, escalated the fight. The wine going in Monique's face. She don't know if you threw it or if it spilled. She just knows somebody done threw some wet shit on me. Bow, bow, bow. Like, it is what it is, and it's not a hard concept to understand. Candace starts to cry. Okay, let's end this with Karen. So Karen had read the statement that Candace gave, and basically, you know, Candace, no, she went far. She added to the situation, but in front of them women who are riding for her blindly, she not gonna say, well, I did do X, Y, and Z. Like, no accountability, none. Candace, of course, cries, and she says she's taking anxiety medicine, and the whole time Candace doing all this, you know what Robin was doing? Smiling. Smiling. Look, I'm just saying, Candace, you talking about Ashley getting played, sis. They playing you like a fiddle and a flute. A fiddle and a flute. The women then go to their rooms. Ashley and Candace both called their husbands, and their husbands basically had the same reaction. What? That is nonsense. But I'm not mad at Ashley. Like, if my homegirl got into it with a mutual homegirl, and I'm close to homegirls with you, I'm gonna write that statement. Especially if this hoe done pulled a knife on me before. Butter knife or not. You know, it could have been a stick. It could have been a remote. If you pick up something and threaten me with it, it's a problem. I don't care what it is. Anyway, you guys, that's all I got for season 5. Yeah, season 5, episode 17. We're Housewives of Potomac. We'll be back next week. If you made it to the end of this video, please be sure to subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. And I'll have some more content coming out this week along with my review. So look out for that too. Until the next time, guys. Bye.